What if the last time you hugged your grandkid was your final warning? Imagine standing in your backyard, the Rockies glowing red at sunset, your arms around little ones, and then nothing, because a stroke snatched it all away in a heartbeat. For Earl Thompson, a 69-year-old from Colorado's wide-open plains, that's a nightmare he never saw creeping up. Earl's the kind of guy you'd find whistling while he works. He's got a weathered face from years under the sun, a gravelly chuckle, and hands that fixed more fences than he can count. He's settled into retirement on his little ranch outside Denver, where the air's crisp and the horizon stretches forever, a quiet life he's earned, or so he thinks. It's a golden Tuesday evening, the kind where the mountains catch fire with color and the breeze carries a chill. Earl's out back, sipping tea from his favorite mug, chipped, but trustfully watching the sun dip behind the peaks. The TV's on inside, Wheel of Fortune spinning its wheel, Pat Sajak's voice a familiar hum he never misses. He's got a hammer in hand, patching a fence post it's wobbly from last week's wind, and Earl's not one to let things slide. His grandkids, Lily and Max, were here yesterday, chasing rabbits across the grass, their giggles still echo in his ears. He smiles, "Good day," he mutters, feeling the warmth of it all. Then it hits a dizzy spell, sharp and quick, like the ground's tilting under his boots. He grabs the post, steadies himself. Whoa there. He grunts, blinking hard as it passes, probably just the altitude. He figures, sipping his tea. It's gone in a flash, no big deal, right? But something's off, a little nag in his chest he can't shake. Earl's been feeling off more these days. Small hiccups he's brushed aside. Last weekend, his arm went numb for a minute, and yesterday, his words stumbled over coffee. He's 69, not a kid anymore, so he lets it go. Just old bones, he tells himself, hammer back in motion. He's not alone. Millions of Americans over 68 miss the quiet signs their bodies screaming. The American Heart Association says strokes are a top killer after 65, striking fast, often without fanfare. By the time you clock it, you're on the floor. Earl's walking that tightrope, and he doesn't even know it. Think about it. When was the last time you felt a little weird and ignored it? A wobbly step, a fuzzy moment, a strange ache. Earl's been there, and he's kicking himself later for not seeing it sooner. 5 warning signs are lurking in his days, and they're closing in. He finishes the fence. The sun's nearly gone. The Rockies are a silhouette now, stars poking through the dusk. His head's still buzzing, but he shrugs. Long day, and heads inside. Wheel of Fortune is mid-spin, a puzzle he'd usually crack in seconds. He settles into his armchair, tea cooling, ready to unwind. His wife June's in the kitchen. The smell of her apple pie wafts through, a recipe she's perfected since the 70s. "You okay, hon?" she calls, her voice soft. "Fine, sweetie, just beat," he hollers back, forcing a grin. He's the tough guy. No need to fuss over a little spin. But as he watches the wheel, that buzz turns to a throb, a dull ache behind his eyes he blames on the TV glare. "Need glasses," he mutters, rubbing his temples. He's been squinting more lately, hasn't he? Denial's his game. He's not ready to admit something's wrong. Over the next few minutes, we're diving into Earl's story, 5 warning signs of a stroke after 68 that could have saved him. If he'd caught them, signs that might save you too. These aren't guesses, they're science-backed, lived by a man who's teetering on the edge. Stick with me, because this could be your wake-up call. Before we dig deeper, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? If these insights about living stronger past 65 hit home, share your thoughts below and consider subscribing. Things are heating up, and you won't want to miss what's next. Let's keep going. Earl's night's about to shift. It's 8 p.m., Wheel of Fortune winding down. Earl's in his chair, tea gone cold, the Rockies dark outside. He stands to grab a snack, and that dizzy spell sneaks back stronger now. The room swaying like a slow dance. He grips the armrest. "What the heck?" he grumbles, waiting it out. It passes, and he's up, just tired. He insists, shuffling to the kitchen. June's pie's cooling, a golden crust he can't resist. His left hand fumbles the knife, a tingle. Then nothing slept funny, he guesses, shaking it off. He's blind to the storm brewing. June glances over. "You sure you're okay, hon? You're wobbly." Her eyes narrow. worry creeping, and she knows Earl's stubborn streak. Fit as a fiddle, sweetie, he chuckles, slicing the pie but his hand's still off, a sign he's dodging like a pro. The Mayo Clinic calls it a red flag. Sudden numbness after 68 can mean a stroke's knocking. Earl's got no clue it's warning one, tingling through his fingers. He's tough, Colorado tough, raised kids, built this ranch a little shakes nothing, he thinks. He sits back down, pie in hand. The TV's off now, the house quiet but for crickets chirping outside. His head's pounding harder, a pulse he blames on the day worked too much, he mutters. Chewing slow, he's missing the clues piling up. Last week, he slurred goodnight to June. She laughed. Too much tea, hon? He did too, but it stuck with him. The Journal of Gerontology says speech slips are warning. 3. Earl's been tripping over words, and he's not connecting the dots yet. He finishes the pie, leans back. The dizziness is a memory, the numbness a fluke. He's sure June's humming. The night's calm. Good day, he repeats, but his body's whispering otherwise. 5 signs are simmering, and he's turning up the heat. The American Heart Association says strokes don't shout, they creep, quiet as a Colorado snow. Earl's in their sights, and he's coasting blind. Vision blips, speech stumbles, numb spells there, and he's laughing them off. Big mistake. He heads to bed, boots off. June's already under the quilt, her baking done. Night, hon, he says, clear this time. He's drifting off. The Rockies a shadow through the window. He's 69, and he's fine, he tells himself, but he's not. Morning looms, another day of fences, tea, grandkids on his mind. He's got no idea that sunset was a warning shot. 5 signs are stalking him: dizziness, numbness, speech slips, vision blur, headaches. They're quiet, but they're loud if you listen. June's breathing softens. Earl's out, dreaming of Lily and Max, the ranch alive with their laughter. But his body's a ticking clock. Those signs he's ignored are winding up. He's one step from a fall he can't imagine. The stars shine over Colorado. Earl's snoring, steady, the night still, but his peace is a lie, a calm before a storm he's missing. 5 warning signs are his shadow, and they're about to strike. He's got no clue how close he is. He's tough, rancher tough, built a life from dirt and sweat, but toughness won't dodge this bullet. 5 signs he's blind to could end him: dizziness, numbness, speech, vision, pain. There is story now, and it's heating up fast. Wednesday waits. June's pie, the Rockies, another sunrise. Earl's got plans, but his body's got others. 5 signs are brewing, and he's not ready. Good day, he'd say, but it's not. It's a countdown, and he's got to wake up. This isn't just Earl, it's every senior over 68 who's coasting into danger. 5 signs could save you. If you see them, Earl didn't. Not yet. His sunset's fading, his ranch at risk. Let's walk with him, because his crash is coming. He's sleeping now, the quilt warm. The Rockies stand guard, but his guard's down. 5 warnings are whispering, soon to roar. Earl's 69, and he's teetering. 5 signs. One chance, his story's just starting, and it's a wild ride ahead. Earl's up with the Colorado dawn. The Rockies glow pink through his window, a new day stretching over the plains. He's brewing tea, the kettle whistling soft, his knees stiff from last night, but he shrugs it off. Ranch life, he grumbles, sipping slow. June's still asleep, the house quiet. He's got fences to mend, and he's not slowing down. He steps outside, the air crisp. The fence post from yesterday needs a nail, and he's on it, hammer in hand. That dizzy spell hits again, sharper now, the horizon tilting like a funhouse mirror. He grabs the post. Dang altitude, he mutters, waiting it out. The Mayo Clinic says it's warning 1. Sudden dizziness means blood's not reaching his brain, but Earl's blind to it. It passes, and he's back at it, pounding nails, sweat beading under his cap. He's tough, always has been. But his left arm tingles, a pins and needles buzz. He shakes off, worked it too hard, he guesses, flexing his fingers. Warning 2's creeping. The American Heart Association calls numbness a stroke flag. Earl's dismissing it, hammer swinging. By noon, he's in the kitchen. June's up, rolling dough for biscuits. Morning, hon, you're quiet, she says, flour on her apron. He tries to reply, just thinking, but it slurs, just thinking. His tongue's clumsy, words tripping. Dry mouth, He covers, sipping tea. Warning 3s here the Journal of Gerontology says speech slips signal trouble. Earl laughs it off. Need water, not tea. June chuckles. You're a mess today. She's kneading, oblivious, while Earl's heart skips. A little thud he ignores. He grabs a biscuit. Good stuff, sweetie, it's clear this time. And he smugs see. Fine, he thinks, chewing slow denials his armor, and it's thick. Afternoon rolls in, he's back at the fence. The sun high, the Rockies sharp against the sky, his head's throbbing now. A steady pulse he blames on the heat. Summer's kicking me, he mutters, wiping his brow. Warning 5s landing, the Mayo Clinic ties severe headaches to stroke risk. Earl's clueless, hammering on. His right eye blips a flash, then a blur, like a curtain dropping over half his vision. He blinks hard. Dust or something. He growls, rubbing it. It's gone in a minute, but his gut twists. Warning 4 struck, the American Heart Association says sudden vision loss. Screams stroke. Earl's brushing it, stubborn as the plains wind. He trudges inside. June's baking, the kitchen warm with biscuits. Think you okay, hon? You're squinting, she asks, worry in her eyes. Fine, sweetie, just the sun. He lies, grabbing tea. His arms numb again. A dead weight. He hides 2 signs now, and he's dodging both. Evening nears. Wheel of Fortune time. Earl's in his chair, tea steaming, the wheels spinning on TV. His head's a drumbeat. His words slip again. Gimme a pea. Pad. Comes out. Gimma pea. June laughs. Too much tea, hon? He forces a grin. Guess so, but his chest tightens. 3 signs in a day. Dizziness, numbness, speech. He's a walking checklist, but he's blind. Long day, he tells himself, sipping slow. The Journal of Gerontology says it's a pattern. Stroke signs stack. Quiet. Earl stacking them, and he's not counting. Night falls. He's up for a snack. Pie calling from the counter. June's asleep. The house still. He stands, and that dizzy spell slams back, fierce as a storm. He stumbles, grabs the couch. What's with me? He gasps, steadying. Warning 1's roaring, and he's still deaf to it. He sits, head pounding. Warning 5's a hammer now. Relentless. Need aspirin. He mutters, popping 1. His vision blips again. A quick blackout, then clear. 4's back. He rubs his eyes, tired. That's all. He's lying to himself. Pie forgotten. Thursday dawns. Same routine. Tea brewing. Fence waiting. His arms numb off and on. A ghost limb he ignores. Slept wrong. He insists, flexing it. Warning 2's irregular. Now the American Heart Association says it's blood flow stalling. Earl's stalling too, sipping tea. He's out back. The Rockies shimmer. The grass waves. His speech slips mid-whistle. A tune turning mush. Dang dry throat. He covers, clearing it. 3's a shadow. June calls, breakfast, hon. He hollers back, clear this time. Smug again. See, fine, he thinks. Midday hits. He's hammering, head splitting. Warning 5's a vice, squeezing hard. Heat stroke. He guesses, sipping tea. No water, just habit. Vision blurs. A quick haze. 4's a flicker. He blinks it away. Need a break, he mutters, blind to the duo. June's inside. You're off, hon. Rest up, she says. Biscuit in hand, he waves her off. Just a spell, sweetie. Ranch won't fix itself. Numbness creeps. Speech stumbles. 2 and 3 tag team. He's a mess, and he's laughing it off. Old age, huh? Evening's. Wheel of Fortune. He's in his chair, tea cold. The wheel spins, but his head's a drum. His arms dead weight. 5 and 2 strike. He tries, by a vowel. It's but a vow. June frowns. You sure you're okay, hon? He nods, tired, sweetie, lying through his teeth. He stands. Dizziness slams. Warning 1's a freight train. He sways, grabs the TV. Whoa, he gasps. June's up. Earl. She's at his side. Eyes wide. He's down, crashing to the rug. 5 signs hit at once, and he's out cold. June's shaking him. Earl, wake up. Her voice cracks. She's on the phone. 911. He's down. Hurry. He's breathing, shallow. His face slack. Dizziness, numbness, speech, vision, headache. They're not whispers now. They're a roar. Paramedics burst and lights flash. The Rockies dark outside. Pulse erratic, pressure spiking. 1 snaps. Earl's a heap. June's sobbing. Save him. 5 signs he ignored are his reality. He's 69, and he's falling, fast. They wheel him out, June's clutching his hand. Hold on. Han, his tea mug's tipped. Pie untouched, the ranch fades, his stubbornness a noose. 5 warnings: dizziness, numbness, speech, vision, pain. They're screaming, and he's finally hearing. Too late. He's in the ambulance, sirens wail. June's voice a thread. You're tough, Earl. But he's fading. The Rockies a blur through the window. 5 signs he laughed off are his undoing. He's teetering. And it's not over, yet his story's at a knife's edge. Hospital lights loom, he's slipping. The wheel of fortune spinning in his head. 5 signs he missed are his fight now, if he makes it. June's praying. Don't leave me. Han, he's tough. But toughness isn't enough, he's got 1 shot left. He's in their hands, monitors beep. June's a shadow, dizziness hit first. Then numbness, speech, vision, pain. A full house of warnings he ignored. The ranch waits. The Rockies watch, he's 69, and he's crashing. 5 signs are his truth, and they're loud. Thursday's gone, he's out. The ER a buzz, June's there. Fight, Earl. 5 signs piled up, and he's down. He didn't see them, didn't listen. He's teetering, a rancher on the brink. His story's breaking, and it's raw. He's stable, barely. Doctors swarm. Mini stroke, TIA. He's lucky. June's sobbing. He's alive? 5 signs screamed, and he's still here, just. The rancher's down. His toughness cracked. 5 warnings he missed are his wake up, if he wakes. Friday waits, June's pie. The Rockies, a life on hold. Earl's a fighter, but he's blind. No more. 5 signs are his mirror now. He's 69, and he's falling apart. Dizziness, numbness, speech, vision, pain. They're his story, and they're not done. He's in a bed, machines hum. June's near. 5 signs he ignored are his reality. A rancher's reckoning. He's got a chance, if he grabs it. The Rockies stand. His ranch waits. 5 warnings. 1 fight, he's not out, but he's close. The ambulance tears through the Colorado night. Sirens slicing the crisp air. Earl's on the gurney, eyes half open. June's voice a lifeline. Stay with me, Han. You're a fighter. His head's a fog. His arms dead weight. 5 warning signs have him pinned, and he's fading fast. The paramedics hustle. He's slipping. 1 barks. Earl's ranch slips away in the dark. In the ER, chaos reigns. Monitors wail. Doctors rush. A nurse snaps. Pressure's crashing. Earl's a mess. A mini stroke. TIA. The American Heart Association says it's a warning shot. A dry run for the real thing. His brain's starved, and he's teetering. June's clutching his hand. Earl, please. He's there. Barely. The Rockies a blur in his mind. They pull him back. Fluids flow. Oxygen hisses. A doctor's grim. He's lucky. Full stroke was minutes away. June's sobbing. What happened, Han? Earl's awake, rasping, dizzy. That's all. But Dr. Kim's got a bombshell. 5 signs you ignored nearly killed you. She lays it out. Dizziness, numbness, speech slips, vision loss, headaches. Classic stroke warnings. After 68 you dodged a bullet, but only just. Earl stunned. Just old age. He croaks. Dr. Kim's firm. No, it's your body screaming. Fix it now, or next time's fatal. June nods. We're changing. Han, no arguments. He's home by dawn, shaky, humbled. June's pie still on the counter. No more scares. Earl, she says, eyes fierce. He's 69, and that TI is a neon sign he can't unsee. 5 signs nearly took him. He's got 1 chance to turn it around. Dr. Kim's words echo. Act today. First move. Checkups. Habit. One's ignorance got him here. The Mayo Clinic says regular screenings catch stroke risks early. Earl's in the clinic next day. Blood pressure high. Cholesterol off. Fixable, Dr. Kim says. He's on meds. Tracking numbers. No more guessing. He's listening now. Dizziness was warning 1. Brain starved for blood. The Journal of Gerontology says diet's key. Earl swaps tea for water. Adds spinach. Salmon tastes like health. He grumbles. But June's all in. Better than losing you, Han. His head steadies. No more spins. He's fueling right. Numbness. Warning 2. Limbs crying for flow. The American Heart Association ties it to clogged arteries. Earl's eating oats. Cutting salt. June's biscuits need tweaking. He laughs, but his arm's alive again. Dr. Kim nods. Keep it up. You're unclogging. He's moving blood, not losing it. Speech slips. Warning 3 brain misfiring. The Mayo Clinic says exercise sparks at Earl starts slow. A walk around the ranch. 10 minutes daily legs still work. He grins, boots crunching grass. June joins, you're my cowboy. Han, his words stay sharp, no more stumbles. Vision loss. Warning 4 eyes begging for oxygen. The Journal of Gerontology says stress clogs it. Earl cuts the news. Paints the Rockies instead calmer than TV. He says, brush in hand. His sight's clear. No blips. He's soothing his brain. Stroke at bay. Headaches. Warning 5 pressure building. The American Heart Association says movement eases at Earl's up to 20 minutes. Fixing fences slow feels good. Han. He tells June his head's light. No throb. Dr. Kim's impressed. You're dodging bullets. He's winning, step by step. Weeks roll. Earl's shifting checkups. Greens. Walks. Painting. Calm 5 signs fade. His ranch alive again. I'm back, sweetie, he tells June, grinning wide. His arms steady, his speech crisp. Wheel of Fortune's mine tonight. He boasts he's fighting, and it shows. It's a Saturday, no crash, no fall. Earl's out back, hammer in hand. The Rockies' golden fence looks good, he says, proud. June's baking, pie scent drifting. She calls, you're a new man, Han. He's 69, and he's living, not just hanging on 5 signs or history. He tries painting a sunset over the peaks, reds and purples better than Pat Sajic. He chuckles. Canvas in hand. Habit force calms his art, now keeps me steady, he says. The American Heart Association says it's gold. Stress down, stroke risk out. He's brushing life back in. Breakfast's new oats, water, no rush. June's tweak on biscuits, healthier. Han, she winks. Diet's his shield. No more warnings. 1 or 2 tastes like winning, he says. The Journal of Gerontology backs its steady. Fuel cuts risk. Earl strong, no fade. He's walking daily ranch trails. June at his side. Habit 3s moves his power legs like a colt. He teases, no wobble. Cowboy's back, sweetie. He grins. The Mayo Clinic says it's years added. He's grabbing them, stride by stride. Wheel of Fortune Knight's family now. Lily and Max cheering. Spin it, Grandpa. He's sharp, no slips, no blur. 5 signs tried to kill him. He flipped them. I'm here, Han. He tells June. She beams. You're tougher than the Rockies. He paints a peak for you, sweetie, he says. June's eyes shine. Habit 4s calms his gift keeps my head clear. He nods. Studies say it's brain gold. Less stress, more spark. Earl's alive, a 69-year-old with fire. Up early. Tea's light. Walks are long. Habit 3s his rhythm best start ever, he says. Rockies his clock. The Journal of Gerontology says its flow restored. Earl's synced, strong. Days his launch. He's riding, not drifting. No stress. Habit 4's gone. Painting over worry. Rockies beat the news. He tells June. The American Heart Association says its heart smart. Calm heals. Earl's free, his chest light. Evenings his peace. June grabs his hand. You're back, Han. Better than ever. They walk the ranch. Rockies glowing. His step sure. 5 signs try to end him. He rewrote them. 69's my prime. He beams. He's won. He's hosting now. Wheel of Fortune with kids. Pie on the table. Spin it big, Grandpa. Max yells. Earl's there, sharp, steady. 5 signs are dust. Life's good, sweetie, he says. June smiles. You're my champ. Clinic check. Dr. Kim stunned. Pressure's perfect. Heart's solid. You're a miracle. Earl's proud. Took a fall to learn. Doc, 5 signs lost. He's on it. Meds, food, moves, calm. He's whole. Painting's his thing. Rockies on canvas. June's muse. My new gig, Han. He says habit 4's his spark keeps me ticking. He grins. The Mayo Clinic says it's life. Earl's thriving, not just here. Walks with June ranch trails. Hand in hand. You're my rock, sweetie. He says habit 3's his strength. No fade, no fall. The American Heart Association says it's years. Earl's claiming them. Pie nights. June's baking. Kids laughing. Best grandpa ever. Lily chirps. He's strong, clear, alive. 5 signs tried. He beat them. I'm here, Han. He tells June. She hugs him. Always. Think your signs. Dizzy spells. Numb hands. Word slips. I blips. Head pain. Ringing bells. Earl's TIA says see them. 5 warnings can kill, but you can stop them. He did, and he's proof. He's on the porch. Tea light. Rocky's red. Wheel of Fortune hums. His hand steady 5 signs are ghosts. He's vibrant, catch them quick. He'd tell you his crash was his call. His fight's your shot, grab it. It's Sunday painting, walking, June by his side, 69's my start. He says 5 signs lost, he's tough, sharp, alive, Colorado's mine. He beams, his ranch is home, his life's full. Those signs try to take him, dizziness, numbness, speech, vision, pain, he turned them to dust. Earl's proof, 68's not your end. It's your fight, 5 stops. One win, he's not done. You're not either. What's your move? A checkup, a walk, a calm breath. Earl's cheering from Colorado. You've got this, folks. His ranch is open, his heart strong, 5 signs. One life, rewrite yours now.